Yeah, this your boy Drumma Boy, aka D-Boy Fresh, and you watching me right here on Immediately Kinfolk Podcast. Be beneficial, and yeah.
Immediately, I walk up in the room, these hoes choose on me repeatedly.
Immediately Kinfolk Podcast. Action.
Immediately
Yes,
Kinfolk. One hard-ass podcast, Immediately Kinfolk Podcast. I'm your host, Uncle Kinfolk, Kia Shine. What's going on out there? And my kinfolk to the right of me, my kinfolk, DeRone, Payne. What's up, man?
What they do, man?
What's going on? Shout out to Queen Folk. We do have moments with the midgets coming up. Dirty Fresh, standing on Grizzness. We got some coffee with Kinfolk, and we got some legendary commentary coming your way today from the director of the movie, They Cloned Tyrone.
Yes, sir.
Immediately, yes. Juel Taylor. He's brought us a cult classic, I feel like, with this movie that's streaming available right now on Netflix, just dropped. Go check it out. Go watch it, man. It's a really good movie. It really sets the tone about this clone. You know what I mean? This cloning situation, man. I also got my kinfolk, Eric Robinson. You know what I'm saying? Eric
Immediately,
B.
yes.
Robinson Jr. He did his thing in the movie. Shout out to my kinfolk, John Boyega, also Jamie Foxx, and my boy Sharif, and all the actors that played in this thing. I got a role in it as well. I'm definitely thankful to have a part in this. You know what I mean? But,
Immediately, yes.
if you haven't seen it, go stream it. But we're going to talk to those guys, have some legendary commentary with them. And we also have Memphis legendary producer, Drumma Boy, in the building today as well. He's going to be talking us through his discography, his catalog. You dig what I'm saying? And letting us know what's going on with him right now. So y'all stay in tune. It is the Immediately Kinfolk Podcast, one hard-ass podcast.
Listen to this podcast.
Immediately, yes.
Immediately Kinfolk. Immediately Kinfolk.
Hey, DeRone was just talking about how, like, I like to, I spray things around, man. I like to, I like things to be fresh. You know what I mean?
He likes to spray.
I like things to be fresh, man. And this is the segment where we go into the fresh of the day. You know what I mean? And this is what I think is fresh and what's fly.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna tell you something. Jordan did it to me again.
He did it to you again.
He
Pause.
did it to me again. Pause. Man, I don't know how many times they're gonna remix these colorways on these OG Jordans, and they get me every time.
Every time, man.
Okay, I got the Aqua 6s.
Immediately copping.
Oh my God, I was looking for the Aqua 6s, and I finally just got them on the way to the house right
Immediately, yes.
Yes, sir.
now. She just sent me the tracking number. They're on the way here right now. I'm so excited about those. Very excited about those. Shout out to those. But I will let you know that
SB.
the SBs,
Those SBs.
I'm going to tell you something.
Rather.
These SBs to me are like, this is to me one of the dopest J's that have come out this year. Like, seriously.
Would one be able to say that they are so crispy?
These are definitely so crispy.
Pun intended.
I love these SBs.
Yes, sir.
I mean, I just do. You know what I mean? Shout out to Jordan and these are fresh.
You know what else is fresh?
What else is fresh?
Drumma Boy is fresh.
Drumma Boy Fresh is fresh, and we do have him coming up to
D-Boy fresh.
legendary commentary. You know, Drumma Boy did a lot of records I didn't know he did.
Yes, sir.
He got a big, long discography. Pause. Pause Worthington Jr. Let me just pause right there.
Immediately, no.
All right. So he's coming up, fresh of the day, with legendary commentary. Immediately Kinfolk Podcast.
Immediately Kinfolk.
Welcome back to the Immediately Kinfolk Podcast. One hard-ass podcast.
Immediately Kinfolk.
And today, man, we have a very special guest.
Yes, sir.
We have somebody that I respect so much and I've seen grow so much over the last 20 years. My kinfolk, Drumma Boy, man. Yeah, boy.
Fuck you, man.
Hey, man, what's going on, man?
Kinfolk.
Yeah.
How you feeling today, man?
Man, I'm feeling blessed, man.
Man, you look blessed, man.
Oh, yeah, man.
Looking
You know what
blessed,
I'm
man. I seen you pulled up in that new thing outside.
saying? Oh, yeah, come on, man. Skirt.
Yeah, indeed, man. Immediately fresh.
Yeah. Might not know which
Immediately, yes.
whip it be.
Man,
Yeah.
listen, I want to tap right into to Drumma Boy, man, and just the legacy. You know, we talked about it a little bit when we was doing the Party on Wheels. Shout out to my Kinfolk Party on Wheels.
Yeah. Party on Wheels.
And what he did was he was playing music, and he was playing music that you've done over the years while we was just riding and vibing. And I mean, you know, it was a beautiful night in Memphis, and it was just the music was just like, it was so like nostalgic because I'm going to like, he did a whole playlist of your music and my music. And I was going through your music, I'm like, oh my God, bro. Like, let's just go back. I'm gonna go all the way back to Drumma Boy coming out of Cordova High School.
Yeah.
And when I first heard the beats, like, I always tell this story, man, like, the first beat that I ever sold to a major label was Drumma Boy's beat. It was crazy because the beats this man had out of high school, he just graduated, and it's like, I heard them beats and I'm like, bro, this shit is it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Immediately, yes.
it was an immediately yes. It was just crazy, bro. And just seeing the your growth and your progression throughout the years, bro, it's just really exciting to watch, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That shit started from the Haven.
Yeah.
Shout
You know
out
what
to
I'm saying?
that.
Oh, we gotta start the Black Haven.
I'm from
man.
Black Haven.
Black Haven.
You know what I'm saying? First
Black
and
Haven.
foremost.
That's where you from too, too?
Man.
Yeah.
You gotta shout out to Hayden.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Hey,
let's
man.
take it all the way back and then a quick fast forward.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Church baby. You know what I mean? Pops in the orchestra, mama in the opera. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
just
It's rooted in
the
you.
connection, you know what I'm saying? I was hearing music from the womb. I still had dreams about it, and I was able to turn, you know, them nightmares into dreams, you know what I'm saying? So I
Yeah.
got into some trouble in the Haven, and my mom's moved to the suburbs. So it was really like that Fresh Prince. You know what I'm saying? You moving with your auntie and uncle about that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Type of shit. So I always thought I was the Fresh Prince of Cordova, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
First graduating class, you know what I mean? And we set the tone. We was 9th grade going against 12th grade, every school we played against.
Yeah.
So it really kind of grew us up quick, you know what I'm saying? I was
Yeah.
driving in 9th grade.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? On a hardship license at 15. So, you know what I'm saying? That enabled me to meet you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
man.
saying?
Like,
and then take it back, man, to mom's crib. And you
man,
know
I
what I'm saying?
remember going to mom's crib. Shout out to your moms, man. How she
Hey,
doing, man?
She blessed.
Hey,
She
man,
blessed.
shout out to moms, man.
Shout out to moms.
Immediately,
Yeah, man.
yes.
Man, shout out to you. Man, you was paying me $5,000 a beat. I'm 16 in high school. Like, you know what I'm saying? I can't. This. Hey, come on, man.
Yeah, listen,
You know what I'm saying? Nigga paying a nigga $5,000 a beat. You know what I'm saying? And
Immediately,
you knew
yes.
how to market that shit and promote that shit and put it in the right place and end up getting, you know, offers 15s
Yeah.
and 20s.
Yes, we did,
and,
man.
You
Yes,
know what
we
I'm saying?
did,
Getting
man.
a publishing deal. You know what I'm saying?
I thank you for trusting me during that time because it was all like I'm just on the fly. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm working my brother's group, LI, shout out to 30 Fresh and them, and I'm doing that. And it's like I run into you,
Yeah.
and I'm like, man, you really was the one that really started the imagery of rap hustlers, of like okay, I'm finna just hustle rap. Not just come into it where I thought I'm finna be CEO of my own label at the time and put my brother them out. I had to be able to understand that I had to pivot. You know what I mean? And I had to be able to understand, okay, cool, I love my brother and them, but I like these beats is what they asking for up here in New York. And it was just a whole new income stream for me to be able to do. And then I want, you know, it was a beautiful thing, bro, a beautiful start. You know what I mean? And I just
Y'all niggas motivated the nigga, man. First niggas come in the city with that truck.
Yeah.
I mean, with the bus.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Pulling that motherfucker with the rap hustler's bus, you know what I'm saying? And seeing them doing
Immediately,
business with
yes.
niggas I was doing business with. I'm doing
Yeah.
business with Gotti.
Yeah.
You with
Yeah.
Gotti. Okay, I'm Al Capone. Okay,
Yeah, the
man,
whole
man.
city.
Criminal,
Yeah.
man. Okay, cool,
Yeah.
man. Fly. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like, whoever, you know what I'm saying? We just trying to unify the city, man.
And that's what you are. You
Yeah,
always
man.
are. I think Player Fly said it on his Dirty Glove interview, where he talks about the fact that you are like this Memphis messiah, you know what I mean, of always pulling it together. But I think that's what a great producer does.
Yeah.
He's the glue. You know what I mean? And you've been the glue when you go back to records like What's Up? You know what I'm saying? With Yo Gotti. This response to a record that you made way back in 06. You know what I mean? And in 23, you know what I mean, it's the vibes of that. Still, like, you know what I mean? And then I go back to Shoutout, Plies, who's somebody I love, Plies, shout out to Plies. But just like you gave him, it's something to be able to sell a beat, but it's something else to be able to give a person their hit.
Hit, man.
You know what I mean? And you gave Gotti the hit. You gave you gave with the Shoutout record, you gave Plies the hit. Then, you know, we got to talk about the guy you got on that wall right there.
Yeah,
Jeezy.
man.
You know what I mean? You know,
Put on for my city.
I mean, but even standing ovation, and you know what I mean, and just when you started with Jeezy, I want you to take me back to how you were able to connect with these artists. How, you know, like I know you to be able to go in the room and you would press play. I remember you get on that plane with a drum machine, you know what I'm saying, and you would press play on somebody. But tell me, bro, like, as from a producer with dope beats, you can have great beats, but you had that drive and that determination to walk into a room, people did not know you or whatever, and press play and stand on that. Speak on that.
I mean, it come down to the hustle. You know what I mean? It come down to who you are as a man. You know what I mean? And getting up out of bed every day, you know what I'm saying? Looking yourself in the mirror and then, man, this is what we're going to get accomplished today. I'm finna hit all the miles today. I bet I'm going to hit all the beauty salons. You know what I'm saying? I bet I'm going to hit all the barbershops. That's how I got cool with all the other barbers. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, damn, my brother, one of the hottest barbers in the city, man.
Man,
hey,
rest
bro,
in peace,
you know
Insane Wayne.
R.I.P. Insane Wayne. Let me sweep for you. You know what I'm saying? What can I do? That's how I met Ball and G. That's how I met 3-6 Mafia. You know what I'm saying? Sweeping right there. Let me play some of my beats on the Native Son intercom system.
Ben
You know what I'm
hustling.
saying? Damn, okay, Ben. Hey, I don't know who this is, but he got a lot of chains on. What's up, my nigga? Okay, yo, got it? All right, bet. Man, good to meet you, man. Mall of Memphis.
Yeah.
take
Woo.
that.
Well, I
Take that.
had a clothing store in the Mall of Memphis. Shout out to the
I
Mall of
remember
Memphis.
that too.
Shout out to the Mall of Memphis, man. The Mall of Memphis definitely was a hub of nothing but like swag and energy or whatever, bro. That, you know what I'm saying, from the town.
So you got to be willing to introduce yourself and walk up to these niggas and, you know what I'm saying, know who you are. Hey, this is what I got going on. I sell beats. My name's Drumma Boy. My number on the CD, my nigga. Just take a listen.
Yeah, straight
You know what I
up.
mean? And you be surprised who will hit a nigga back. You know what I'm saying? Got it.
Yeah.
Bam. You.
Yeah.
Bam. Ball and G.
Yeah.
3-6 Mafia.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Gangsta Boo.
Yeah, shout out, man. Rest in
man,
peace,
rest in
Lola.
peace.
R.I.P.
Gangsta Boo, man.
You know what I'm saying? Got it. I mean, Rocco.
Yeah, Rocco. Let's go.
yeah.
I
them by
dare
his
not
shoe.
say I forget, but it's like Rocco's wave. That was another situation to where you were instrumental on the first wave. It's just something about when you have that first record and you have those records that introduce that artist to the culture. You know what I'm saying?
I think it's like I help guys take the seriousness out of it and understand it, man. This shit like hooping.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, man,
Yeah.
whatever you got going on, like, I'm going to ask around. Like, man, what, you heard of somebody named Rocco? Bro, you heard of
Yeah.
You heard of Gucci? You heard of T.I.? Like, because I'm meeting these niggas when you know what I'm saying?
When they on the way
You know
up.
what I'm saying?
Yeah, when everybody wasn't on
Same
them.
thing with Drake. Like, I met Drake when man, you heard of Drake? Man, a lot of people didn't, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it was fun. Like, nigga, we just like hooping, bro. Don't. We ain't got to sweat nothing. We ain't got to overthink nothing.
Yeah.
We just finna get in and have fun with this shit. You know what I'm saying? And
That's
you just
important.
pull the best out of nigga. And you put your spirit in this shit. Like,
And you mentioned hooping, you know, as your analogy. Me and you have hooped on several occasions.
We
You know
got
what I
some
mean?
rings together.
Exactly,
what I'm
man.
saying?
You know,
And they done bumped we done had to bump heads out
I
there.
swear we have, man. Like, you know what I mean? Let me tell you something, man. This man really hoops, you know what I'm saying? He really gets out there and ball. We ball, bro. Like, you know what I mean? And we always balling for the good cause. Shout out to
Heal
St.
the
Jude,
Hood.
Heal the Hood,
St. Jude.
St. Jude Classic for Memphis Grizzlies. We'll be doing that again next year. So, you know, we definitely standing on Grizzness with that. It's just like, you know, but you mentioned, oh my God, you mentioned so many songs, bro. I just got to go back. Because when you mentioned Rocco, you know what I mean? Tell the people what you did for Rocco.
First song out the gate, I'ma Do Me.
Oh my God.
You know what I'm saying?
Do you? I'ma do me. Man, come on.
And we followed it with Tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
John, you knew you were gonna make this beat yesterday.
Hey, man. Okay, so that one. Okay.
Classic.
And just
Classic.
bringing energy, man.
Yeah.
Snakes, you know what I'm saying? I did so much success. We had so much success with I'ma Do Me.
Yeah.
Rocco, I gotta get this to Rocco, and a lot of artists don't really understand this portion. But all I did was make the beat. Rocco knew he had to hit the minute we left that motherfucking studio.
Yeah. Yeah.
Rocco took it upon himself to get the beat mixed and mastered.
Yeah.
He took it upon himself to hit all of the clubs that was hot on Monday.
Yeah.
Everything hot on Tuesday. All the spots hot on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. By the following Monday, the record was the hottest club in the streets.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He worked
put
it.
that work in.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Then put another 300-400 on radio.
Yeah. He
You
went
know what I
crazy.
mean? As an independent, because they overcharging and this
Yeah,
and that and that.
yes.
You know what I'm saying? They're trying to see how far you can go. But he took that motherfucker to the top 10
Yeah. He did.
as an
man.
independent. You
Yes,
know what
he
I'm saying?
did.
So
Yes,
he
he
turned
did.
that 4 into a 1.5. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, man, you got to give it up. You got to give it up, man. You got to give it up. You mentioned Gucci, man. Gucci, you definitely got classes with Gucci. Let the people know what you produce for Gucci.
Man, me and Gucci sitting in the lounge, you know what I'm saying, playing pool. You know what I'm saying? We at Big Cat Records. And Big Cat owed me a check for an artist I had just sold some beats to. You know what I mean? So I'm picking up a check. You know what I'm saying? Gucci just came back in from Birmingham. He was staying out in Birmingham. He got into some trouble, whatever. He got out in Birmingham for a minute. So he just got back in town, Bam. He like, man, play something. What you do? You know what I'm saying? Drumma Boy. Oh, okay, you make beats? All right, bet. Gucci, man. All right, You know what I'm saying? Man, play something. I started playing beats. He started freestyling. Started playing another beat. He just freestyling every beat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I get to like the 4th to 5th beat, and he like, whoa. What that is right there? And it was like an LA beat. I was finna skip the beat. It was like an LA counterbalance beat. You know what I'm saying? Next thing you know, I load that motherfucker up. We got the engineer, Bam. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole nother studio in the other room, man. It's a photo shoot.
Girl, it's a photo shoot.
Classic.
Get your cameras on, shawty. It's a photo shoot.
Out the gate.
Out the gate.
First song.
That's crazy.
Wow.
Then we went on to do, 24 hours and motherfucker, I Think I Love Her.
Yeah. Ooh,
Man.
You don't love me.
Classics,
man.
man.
Classics.
Yeah, they got
classics, man. Wow, but
Rich ass nigga with a mouthful of gold.
yeah, okay.
John
But
Bird,
I'm gonna
yeah.
tell you a joint that you had that was like, okay, this man is really in his bag. The No Hands.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The No Hands joint.
That's
like
a classic.
that was a classic right
Oh
there,
yeah.
bro.
Shout out to Walker. You know what I'm saying?
man. What up, Walker?
Gucci kept getting locked up. You know what I'm saying? And Walker was like, man, CEO keep getting locked up, dog. CEO keep getting locked up, man. I'm gonna have to do something, man. Somebody gotta be the artist on the label, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I like, shit, whatever you need. Woo, I got some beats for you right now. Walker was like, nope, I ain't ready for your drum. 6 months later, I hear Hard in the Paint.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Wow, and that was crazy.
And it probably was another 6 months after that when Gucci got out and all us in the studio. It was a celebration, patchwork.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Gucci locked the whole studio down.
Yeah.
And bam, I did Abnormal. Anything I do,
Yeah.
Abnormal.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
The first
yeah.
time and first day out.
Yeah.
Bam, we did them two. You know what I'm saying? As soon as he had got out. So while he recording the verses to Abnormal, I shoot over to the B room. Man, shout out to Reese. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Roscoe Dash and
Yeah.
Wale and that motherfucker. Lloyd Banks was in there. Everybody was in that motherfucker.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I was like, man, Roscoe Dash was the one motherfucker paying attention. I had my equipment. There was so many people, I couldn't even really reach the keys. So that's why everything dun, 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 dun,
Yeah.
dun, 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 dun. Like everything just simple. You know what I mean? I make the beat up, Roscoe Dash paying attention. I like, shit, go on in there. I'm finna drop the beat. Put the beat in there, first words come out this nigga mouth. Girl, drop it to the floor. I love the way your booty go.
You like, immediately. That's
Bro, it was over with, bro.
Done.
It was over with. Just like
Wow,
that. So
man.
it was just,
Classic.
again, that energy. You know what I'm saying? That you're feeding off everybody and being able to conduct a pilot, man.
Yeah, man, that's what you do, man, and it's an incredible thing, man. I love to watch you when you be in that cooking there, bro, because you be in it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you get it and you get in it. You know what I mean? And you be focused. You know what I mean? What do you feel like your inspiration comes from? You know what I mean? What is your inspiration? What is it? Where do you pull it from? Is it from the moment that you're in? Is it from other energies around? Where do you?
I really think it come from my mama playing shit all the time while I was in her stomach. So that shit, like it literally, I say it in a good way now, but that shit literally haunts me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like when it ain't nothing going on, it can be completely silent. All I hear is,
Yeah, like, you gotta go get it out.
I just be wanting to make a beat. I be like,
man.
ooh. How the fuck? Before I knew how to make beats, I didn't know how to get it out my head.
Yeah.
I didn't even know making beats existed. Like, you know what I'm
conquered that,
saying?
though.
Like 7, 8,
That's
9,
hard.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then I started, and then, I came to Cafeteria King.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just niggas freestyling over shit and just, you know what I mean, creating that vibe. And I might hit you with a cadence or two.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Because
saying?
there's another thing people don't know that a lot of people, I'm hip to it, but you rap. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
You know, you rap.
Very
you know what I mean?
often.
Yeah, like, and I
doing it too.
I like that.
Welcome to my city vibe.
Welcome to my city vibes from way back then.
Right, yeah.
I don't think there's anything wrong with being able to do all things, because I believe you can do all things through Christ Jesus who strengthens you. You know what I mean? And I don't think there's no limits that you can
Yeah,
put
you can't
on.
box yourself in.
Or put no boxes, you know what I'm
Then
saying?
only
Like,
me can tell my story. So, you know what I mean? There's only certain
Exactly.
shit you gonna get from me opening up my mouth as opposed, I can make that same album for you musically.
Yeah.
But you're gonna imagine what the fuck he was talking about or what he thinking. It might do millions, 20 million, 30 million, you know what I'm saying? But you still gonna it's gonna be that mystery, like as opposed to me telling you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The birth of D-Boy Fresh. Welcome to my city. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Welcome
you know
to
what
my
I'm saying?
city.
My
1.
brother's keeper. I dropped the whole rap album for my brother. R.I.P. man, Insane Wayne.
What's next for you?
Man, movies. You know what I'm saying? Doing a lot of scores. Doing a lot of TV commercials.
Yeah, a lot of syncs. That's where the money at, man. Let's talk about that. Them syncs is with some bread at. I'm telling you that right now.
Yeah, I did a couple jumps for Walmart. You know what I'm saying? I did a commercial for Shoe Carnival. I did some Beats by Dre shit. We doing SMS headphones. You know what I mean? That sync shit is just fun.
That's definitely where the money is too.
And it's everything ain't set tempo. You can use what instruments you want.
Yeah.
You know how you be making, for producers like, man, making beats and you going through sounds and you want to use this shit, but it might not fit the criteria.
Yeah.
Right.
Making scores, you can use all them sounds you always wanted to use.
Yeah. Sound design is definitely, I do sound design. I work with Beats by Dre, Microsoft, Nike. Like to your point, I make beats and stuff too, but I feel creatively like I can see something go across the screen and add a certain sound effect that you would never use, like you saying on a beat.
Yeah.
In that. And it's like a lot of producers don't even understand, like, that's really where the bag at too. You know what I'm saying? With them sync placements and
they pay
dealing
very
with film
well
and stuff. So
they pay very very well, man. So that's definitely congrats to you on that, man. As far as keeping it going, what about production right now? Like I know I try to keep up with everything that you're producing, but let the people know producing wise as far as beats. You know what I mean? What's next is on that side.
Some of the latest shit that I produced, I just did Kevin Gates single, Do It Again.
Yeah,
you know
shout out to Kevin Gates.
Check that joint out.
For sure.
I got my first #1 in reggae.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah. Immediately, congratulations on that, bro. Congratulations on that. Immediately, yes.
Shout out to Dexter Daps. You know what I'm saying? Dexter Daps, he from Jamaica. You know what I'm saying? And then I worked.
You had a crossover joint too, though. I think it was a pop joint or something recently, or a female or something that I saw with you.
I just went in with K Michelle. She got the
K Michelle
new album for the drop.
Yeah, the country joint.
Man,
it's a pop girl, I think. But no, I think it's Snow.
Snow the Product.
Snow the Product. Snow the Product. Yeah.
I remember
Luda. I did a joint called
with her and Luda.
Luda.
Yes, with her and Luda. Yes, indeed.
So let's talk about the Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah.
Beauty and the Beast podcast.
Man.
Shout out to Dime Peace.
Yeah, what up, Dime Peace?
We had to get together, man, put Memphis together, make a play.
Whole lot of Memphis going on.
Whole lot of Memphis, man.
Man, we interviewed a lot of greats, man. Jazzy Faye, Angie Stone.
What's up, man?
You know what I'm saying? K Michelle.
Yeah.
Bambi recently, you know what I'm saying? We just our latest interview we did with Juicy Fruit.
Okay, yeah. Shout out to Juicy Fruit, man. Juicy Fruit, though, she doesn't get a lot of the props that I feel like she deserves, man. I was able to close her a publishing deal back in the pandemic with Sony, and did a lot of good stuff with her. She don't get a lot of the props that she gets. She spits her ass out. She raps.
She got some shit, man. You know what I mean? And she dropping, she going crazy on the TikTok.
She go crazy on TikTok. She barred up. Like she goes crazy. Like
I gotta touch on this real quick. Like, Welcome to My City 1 comes out, right? Like, I'm in high school and I'm interning. Like, you talk about like cleaning up and working, you know, and sweeping the floor. I'm doing that at the studio off of State Line and Elvis Presley, the old Universal joint.
Yeah, I remember that joint.
You in there. I'm a little young buck though, you know what I'm saying? And just we learning, we listening, and we just paying attention and seeing what's going on. Like, and Welcome to My City 1 is out. Like the jump with that, they never too much, never too much, never too much, bro. Like, I'm talking about, man, we ride around wanging that shit. Like, and that got me into making beats. You know what I'm saying? So like on the way over, I was just telling my wife, like, nah, Drumma was like one of my inspirations. Like, I still got a shirt you had Trick on from Memphis shirts.
Oh, yeah.
I still got that shirt. Like, I got that shirt from a long time ago. Like, now you inspired a lot of us. So it's just like, you know, man, I gotta ask who inspired you. You know what I'm saying?
Man, a lot of that shit came from outside cities. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I would look at what the cash money.
Manny Fresh.
You know what I'm saying? The Hot Boys. That was one thing that I was riding to when I was 15. You know what I'm saying? I was looking at like just even on some OG shit, how the NWAs was. You know what I'm saying? Doing that shit. You know what I'm saying? Then I ain't gonna lie. another group. See, I was always looking at the posses and the groups because that's how we was moving.
Yeah.
Rough Riders.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Swiss.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Crazy.
So just looking at how Swiss was holding that camp down and shit like that, I was like, damn. You know, that's what I always like was trying to build. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I was able to build with Welcome to My City.
I think it's safe to say, like, your sound at that time, when you, like, start putting a lot of the Atlanta artists on with your beats, like, I think
You helped.
You really made a lot of Atlanta culture to me. You know what I'm saying? As far as a lot of them rappers at T.I. and all them coming up back in the day, like, if you ain't have a drummer beat, it was like, it ain't beneficial. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and you know, the same goes through the I&E. Elevating in the CMG.
Yes. Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely the whole Memphis.
What's up? You know what I'm saying? Then we did Shoutout.
I shouted cheap price. Shouted.
You know what I'm saying? And then bam, just, you know what I'm saying? Just, man, seeing and helping just whatever I can help with, whatever you need me to do, you know what I'm saying? Business-wise, whatever, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And just transitioning, watching bro transition in the CMG. You know what I'm saying? And then bam.
What about
shout
Dolph?
out to Kinfolk. I was about to say, shout out to Kinfolk Thug.
Yeah.
Man, it was
Yup,
G.
that's who I was working
Yeah,
under
it was
when
G.
I was up
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, so G was like, man, I'm telling
Shout
you, bro,
out to GC, man.
you need to meet Dolph, bro.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm telling you, Dolph the next one, bro.
Yeah,
Dolph
that's
the next
exactly
one, bro.
what he was
Yes.
Dolph the next one, bro. I was like, man, let me meet this nigga, man. Where? Tell him to come up here. And he was already working with Squeaky.
Yeah.
He had dropped one project. He came into the studio, and that's the video that I got pinned on my
Yeah, I
Instagram.
saw that. I saw that. Yeah.
That's the first time Dolph ever rapped for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Ever. You know what I'm saying? He was rapping on one of Squeaky beats. Shout out
Yeah.
DJ Squeaky.
What up, Squeak, dog?
Real legend right
Yeah,
there.
real legend right there, Squeak, man. For sure. DJ Squeaky,
That's
definitely.
hard, man.
And
Yeah.
shit, man, Dolph just anything he needed, bro. I need it. Bro, I need it. Where I go in the studio in Atlanta. Who I need to plug into. Who I need to, I was like, man, I introduced him to Gucci. I introduced him to 2
Yeah,
Chainz.
he
Yeah.
was on it.
You know what I'm saying?
And then
Just-
look with that introduction to 2. That's another thing too. I got to tap into that. One record I didn't speak about was the record "My Life's Your Entertainment."
Oh,
You
yeah,
talk
yeah.
it and I live at the
With
Usher and T.I. joint. You know, Usher joint. You know what I mean? Like,
Here I am.
you know,
saying?
I wrote that one down in the notes.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for giving me.
Come on
the
now.
Here I Am.
Yeah.
I gotta say, to me, this is me because you know, like I like melody, bro.
That's
Here I Am is classic.
Oh, yeah.
That's classic.
that's my
That shit
junk
was
right
special.
there.
It's like, you know, I always have a vision. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I see a nigga with a big ass white t-shirt on. I'm like, man, this nigga gonna put on a tuxedo one day.
Yeah,
Indeed.
I'm gonna do the music for you that's gonna make you put on a tuxedo.
boss him up.
Man.
You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah.
I'm gonna inspire that Maybach music scene.
Immediately, you did it. That I mean, like
for
that.
real.
That was one of
Cool
them
and
joints.
Dre.
Yeah.
Got it. I'm talking about they on that same shit. And Justice League, man. Shout out to Cool and Dre. Shout out to
yeah,
Justice League.
Yeah, what up, Dre?
Those are
Yeah,
two.
what up, Cool?
You asked me about producers. I didn't get to answer that. But them is
Yeah, Cool and Dre.
two cats that's in
Yeah.
my top 5 for sure. Cool and Dre and Justice League.
Justice
Yeah,
League
Justice
is just
League.
oh my god! Like I got a Justice League track on my last project on that Kinfolk on that that aesthetic joint.
Yeah,
They,
folk
oh
going
my god, they
crazy.
go
Justice
crazy.
League been going crazy.
They go so crazy with their beats, bro. But they Here I Am was one of them joints that even me, somebody who been knowing you from the jump, I was like, wait a minute, Drumma did that? Like, not saying that I didn't expect it, but it's just like
versatility.
it just showed the versatility.
And music theory.
You know what I mean? It went all the way. I'm like, oh my god, he's in a different bag. He's in, you know what I'm saying? That
It's
was
always been melodic. When you listen to a drummer track, it's just you can hear the influences of real music. That's why it can't be duplicated. Like you can get the running bass and try to put your drum, but your melodies you're not gonna duplicate it.
I go back to a song you did for Rap Hustlers, Big Business. That was one of the first. Man, listen, I'm over at MVP House. We over in Alcid Road. Man, this beat was so crazy.
Man, come on.
Oh
I
my
went to
God.
Alcid.
Man, we over there Alcid Road, man, over there with MVP
my
and
grandma
Monster
used to stay
Click.
right over there.
Hey, man, that man brought a beat to the studio that day, man. I said, oh my God. Listen, I had to rap on that, John. I'm like, well, this is it. You know what I'm saying? Like
Straight up.
I'm finna spit on this John here, bro. Like, it's crazy. I just love it, bro. And I just want to just thank you. You know what I mean? For your time, you know what I mean? And your energy. And I want to just give you your flowers, your roses, and your respect. Man, you know what I mean? Seriously, Immediately Kinfolk. Indeed, man. Hey, and if y'all are in Atlanta, I need y'all to pull up to House of
House
Fresh.
of Fresh,
Because I'm going to tell you, I'm looking around here right now,
My
and it's
God.
immediately some fresh
Man.
going on. I respect your fresh in here.
Immediately,
It's
man.
extra crispy around here.
We keep this shit fresh.
Yeah,
Hey,
Keep
man,
this
you put that shit on,
man.
Hey, man.
Follow
Follow
the gram at House of Fresh.
You see it
ATL.
on the screen. You see
know
it
what
right
I'm
here.
saying?
You see it
And,
right here.
Check out the website, man. HouseOfFresh.online.
Yeah.
You feel me? You know what I'm saying?
Immediately Kinfolk.
It's right there for y'all to be able to see it, man. Listen, y'all be blessed like y'all be blessed, and we going to let y'all suckers have all the rest. It's the Immediately Kinfolk Podcast.
Immediately Kinfolk.
Yeah, boy.
Hey, yeah. Listen to this track, bitch. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Immediately Kinfolk.
Yeah, boy.
That boy Drumma Boy been doing this thing, ain't he, man?
Hey, yeah.
Yes,
Gotta
it
give
did.
respect to him.
Respect them roses to my kinfolk out of
man.
Memphis, man.
Immediately, yes.
Memphis has always had those beats, though.
Yeah, for sure.
You know,
Take Keith.
Tay Keith right now got it.
Hit Kid.
Hit Kid got it. You know what I mean? So
But Drumma Boy was first.
definitely, Drumma Boy
You know what I'm
definitely
saying?
has been holding it down for the town for a long time, and I'm definitely glad to see him get his roses and his respect
Immediately,
and still
yes.
getting a check. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah, indeed.
Also,
indeed.
too, man, I want to tap in. We hitting y'all with something different this show. We got more legendary commentary
Ooh-wee.
because a movie just came out. They Cloned Tyrone.
Yes, sir.
Netflix. It's available right now. You can go stream it. It just dropped on July 21st. And I'm telling you, it's just a great movie. Really brings up a different dialogue, you know what I mean? And pulls up some questions about what's going on with this whole cloning culture that's going on and all that or whatever. So my woke folk out there, I think will really appreciate this one. And I got the director. We got the director, Juel Taylor.
Yes, sir.
We had some legendary commentary with him in the Zoom room.
Indeed.
Immediately Kinfolk.
Kinfolk.
Hey,
Yes, sir.
welcome back to the Immediately Kinfolk Podcast, one hard-ass podcast. And today we have a very, very special guest in the Zoom room. You know what I mean? It go down in the Zoom room now. You dig what I'm saying? And today we have director, writer, and just, I call him Black Tarantino. My kinfolk, Juel Taylor is in the building.
Immediately Kinfolk.
What's up, my guy?
What happened? Black Tarantino,
I
it's
mean,
a little heavy in it, but
you know, I'm just saying because when I saw the movie, all I could be like, yo, I know great people like yourself probably don't want to be compared to other directors or other people because you're in your own lane, in your own zone. You're definitely doing you. But after watching your first feature film, bro, that you directed, bro, They Cloned Tyrone, the way it was put together, the storylines, the way you did it, it's just like, I ain't seen nothing like this since, like, you know what I mean? You know, it's kind of a Pulp Fiction. It's pulpy. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's different. You know what I mean? It's very, very different, the stories you telling, bro, and the way you tell your stories, man. How did you get started?
film in general.
Yeah.
Honestly, in college, you know what I'm saying? So,
That's what's
I ain't really do nothing film related until my freshman year of college. I was an art major.
Okay.
Dig that.
So
Where'd you go to
I,
school at?
I'm a gator, man.
Dig that. Okay.
Yes, indeed.
Damn.
Of course,
You said Florida Gators. Dig that, man.
That's indeed.
I was an art major, and I was a pretty bad art major for real. So I was mediocre. I thought I was pretty tight, but when I got to art school, it was like, okay, I ain't really.
Yeah, that's kind of how I was when I started, when I was hooping.
I had a project where I collaborate with like an existing artist, and I drew his artist name out of like a bucket or whatever.
Yeah.
His name David Striggler. He's kind of photographer, and he has like a very like irreverent art style, and he does like stick figures, you know, and like not just stick figures, but like a very stripped down art style.
Yeah.
And so the
Minimalist.
like, but not like you thinking.
Okay.
And so it's like this. It's like absurdism. You know what I'm saying? Like he just named David Striggler. If you look it up, you can see exactly what I mean.
No doubt.
The time you do half of you were to make a art piece with this artist that you draw.
Yeah.
You know, you have like Frida Kahlo and like Roy Lichtenstein and like these super crazy artists, and I got like the one dude whose style was already kind of like a more simple style, so like I couldn't get away with it. I was like, damn, I don't know what I'm gonna bring to the table. So like, my half gonna be a fail. I'm gonna make a fail. I don't know why. You know why? I actually do know why. Because I was listening. This was right when Gnarls Barkley had first dropped.
Okay, yeah, okay. Crazy.
Like, just starting to, like, I don't know, homie of mine had an iPod, like an old white iPod. It was like, you heard CeeLo? Like, CeeLo new shit? I was like, CeeLo new shit? Like, he got something with Danger Mouse. Like, what? And it was crazy. Like, the album
was crazy. Classic. Shout out to CeeLo and Danger Mouse. Crazy. Gnarls Barkley, crazy album.
I went crazy as soon as I heard this. I was like, oh, this shit's too hard. So I was thinking about that. And right around that time, so I basically made a music video for Crazy. And that was like my 50% of the project. Like, all right, I'm gonna bring the filmmaking. All the bullshit.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
That was the only time I felt like I really had the hardest project in art class.
Yeah.
Every other, like the worst artist in the class.
Yeah.
And so, oh man, that shit was kind of hard though. I ain't gonna lie, you know. So it was
it inspired you.
It,
like lit up a light.
I was an art major, you know, and I was trying to get into a particular major, but you have to apply for your sophomore year, and so I knew I wasn't gonna get in. It was like, you know, pick a few portfolios because I wanted to do video game design, but Florida didn't have it. So the next closest thing was this animation program.
Yeah,
and so I was like, you know, I don't want to take no math and like gen ed classes. So I'm gonna just bullshit and take these art classes, even though I know I'm not gonna get in this program. I can write on the wall.
Yeah.
So my sophomore year, I, you know, did the application, got rejected. And I was like, dang. The credits, I don't know what to do. Like,
but you got direction from your rejection.
Indeed.
I'm gonna do a side part though, because you gotta write a book of proverbs.
Oh God.
Immediately, yes.
The direction from the rejection.
Yeah.
I got more
euphemisms.
Keep a bar.
Yeah, I keep bars now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I would just say you need to make a coffee table.
No doubt.
Just put that out.
I'm receiving.
Indeed.
I receive. I make sure I give you a credit too. You know what I'm saying on this one. For sure.
It's already written.
Yeah.
Indeed.
So I got the direction from the rejection.
Yeah.
And I was like, man. On the side, I had just like been messing around. I had met a dude that was a graphic design major, one of my classmates. I'm still like, the other day now, we cool to this day. And he wanted to be a director. So I was like, he got a camera, like, let's make some stuff. You know what I'm saying? I was just kind of doing it for fun because I know the project. And then once I got rejected in the specific major that I was applying to, I was like, say these credits. So then I applied for interdisciplinary and told him I was going to be a movie director. Yeah. I was like, I need art for this. I need the photography class. You know, I had to rationalize all of my art classes to save the credits. And then, so the next, I took theater, and then I took English, film analysis, and like had an interdisciplinary degree. So I was like, I got a worthless degree. Yeah. So if I don't become a movie director, so I was like, I got to at least
do the work.
So I got to see what's shaking. So I was like, all right. So then I actually went home. And then I didn't do nothing for like a couple of years. I went back to like that, I don't really know what I'm doing, you know. So, so you know, me and my boy was like, bro, we need to apply for, you know, USC and like, you know, film schools. I'm like, man, I ain't getting in that shit. So, and I didn't really have any formal travel, just freestyle, like shooting like lo-fi music videos and all this Canon XL2 camera, which is like this big ass.
Yeah, the XL2 junkie. I know you're talking about the big one. Yeah.
It's a large, mini DV.
Yeah, I'm hip.
And so, you know, I was just, but it was a big ass camera, so people thought you was really doing something. You know what I'm saying?
Nigga, pull up the.
He got that beat jump right there, man.
So I was shooting like just like lo-fi small stuff.
Yeah.
playing video games, chilling, like procrastinating, because I didn't want to get formally rejected from film school. So as long as I was in film school, I couldn't get formally rejected.
Okay, got it.
A couple years went by, and I just kind of got restless and was like, man, whatever, just go ahead.
And apply for it. Yeah.
Serendipitously enough, I got in.
Wow.
Indeed, that's a blessing.
Wow, that's a blessing.
And the University of Columbia, shout out to Eric Mendelson at Columbia too. That got rejected by everybody else.
Yeah.
It only take one yes.
It just take one yes though.
It only take one yes.
From there, it was like, all right, let me go ahead and start taking it serious. So I went back to grad school and started really.
Yeah.
Actually.
Yeah. Well, I always believe like if you don't use a talent, you know what I mean. Then it's like, you know, there's a scripture about the parable of talents, and it's where God gave one person, this dude was leaving his plantation, and he gave one worker 5 talents, one worker 3 talents, one worker 1 talent. And when he came back, he was like, yo, one of the workers took the 5 talents and made 10. Other worker took the 3 and made 6. Mm-hmm. Other worker had the 1 and he would just bury the talent. He just buried it. And he was like, man, your 1 you gave me when you came back. The dude who ran the plantation was like, bro, take your 1 and give it to the dude who got 10. You know what I mean? You couldn't have multiplied my talent. You couldn't do something with my talent to make it do something. Mm. You know what I mean? And that's the parable of talents. It's in the scriptures, but like, it's you don't use your talent and you bury the talent. You know what I'm saying? Like, then, you know, you never know what might come from it. You know what I mean? Yeah. And as I hear your story about how you got involved with this and how you got into it, you know, there is a few things. God always, for those he has anointed and put into a place to do something special, he always has somebody special around them or somebody to just inspire them or somebody close to them to just like, it's always that the individual, you know what I mean, that's right around them. Like, you know, you were telling about your man, Eric, and those individuals that were just there that was like, okay, I'm going to link with this individual, you know what I mean? So there's always the pieces. I always think the pieces that we need to succeed is always around us, you know what I'm saying? You know, and it's just about, then you also took a step and like, all right, it's time. You know what I mean? I'm finna go ahead and apply. It's time. You know what I mean? And you didn't let the fear of not being able to get in stop you from doing what you need to do to be able to get into film school. So you're in film school, you at USC. So now it's like, so you moved to Cali from down south? Yeah.
Drove out from Alabama.
Drove down from the Gump.
That's a drive right there.
Yeah, that's a drive for sure. Yeah, that took about 8 years to get to
that was about 3 days.
Yeah.
Excursion. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you can do it faster. One time, me and my mama drove out there in a day, but we just switched.
Yeah, I was on. Yeah, nobody stopped. Yeah.
So how was that transition when you got into LA? You out of film school and getting into the networking side of things? Because I mean, they Cloned Tyrone. You got Jamie Foxx, Kia Shine, different people like that.
Eric Robertson, Jay Fonz. How did the They Cloned Tyrone, like that script and that story, come about?
A couple of years went by between They Cloned Tyrone coming out, but it took a long time, honestly, to get it made.
Yeah.
Formally pitched it in like 2018.
Okay.
So, longer than that before we pitched it.
So it's a process for sure.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like, he did a lot of sound design. He did a lot of gaffing actually.
You got to get in. How you can get in?
I want to direct. Went to school for directing, so you don't want to get too far away from going out and doing what you really
your calling, your purpose.
So we decided to start submitting to fellowships, and so we used that as an excuse to write a bunch of scripts. Fortunately, kind of got it. I ended up getting a Universal Fellowship for the screenwriting, and from there, we just continually, kind of just met people at all these places, and it didn't necessarily manifest into nothing right away, but we just got to know. And then another dude I went to USC with, Stephen Capel, ended up connecting with Stephen Capel. He was a few semesters ahead of me at USC. He was leaving when I was getting there, but it's only so many black people that you see. So you get to know.
Exactly. Yeah, you get to know the tribe. Yeah.
Just through my relationship with Steve, when it came time for him to do Creed 2, he had hit me. You know what I'm saying? And funny enough, that was because Stephen Love had like reconnected us.
Yeah.
Me with Stephen Capel. And, you know, once he went to do Creed, he was like, yo, man, you want to do Creed? I'm like, do they want me to do Creed?
Like, for real.
Obviously, I would do it, but I didn't think in a million years they would hire me to do it.
Yeah.
And so, strangely enough, you know, I ended up getting a job. And from there, it was like all these meetings that we'd had and just meeting people, but not necessarily having anything for us to do in terms of work, you know, which is like.
But just making the network to increase your network.
Like the course of a couple of years from graduating to then, once Creed came out, all these meetings and generals that we had, like, you just going on. Mm-hmm. You have good meetings with people and you end up connecting with people. You know, you generally like the people you meet and they remember you all of a sudden something happens.
Exactly. And that success definitely brings people to this. Is a magnet. Success is a magnet. It brings people to you.
The time we were about to pitch, you know, Tyrone, and that really came about, you know, the pitch, a homie of mine, Brian Smiley, who was at Columbia at the time. He runs Kevin Hart's company now. He kind of was like, bro, you just going to come pitch this shit. We were working and doing screenwriting, and so I had this idea for a long time that I had written it.
Yeah.
And so, you know, me and Tony was, you know, you got the scarcity mentality from film school, so you're like, shit, let me make sure I get in the game first and like, you know,
indeed.
It'll build on itself. So he was like, man, you ain't never gonna write that shit on spec, but come pitch it, you know. And so then I had another homie, Josh McLaughlin, who was at Focus at the time. And I had been in through the Universal Fellowship. So like they were both like encouraging, like, bro, just go pitch it. You don't even need a script, just pitch the shit.
Yeah.
I like set it up, you know, he was at Columbia. He set up the pitch. So once he set up the pitch, Josh was like, now you gotta come pitch it to Focus. And so that's how all the connections that we had, once it kind of was out that we was gonna pitch it, everybody wanted to hear it. So from there, it kind of took off, you know.
Yeah. That's dope, man. Like, man, I get that's super hard. It's a couple of things that I want to point out in your story. One is like back to the thing. Your network is your network. You know what I'm saying?
Indeed.
But you always that's not my original. But what I add to that is that you got to follow up to get the dollars up.
Yes.
It's one thing to network. You know what I'm saying? But it's another thing to follow up, make that connection, reconnect, and in all those meetings where you're just going to just connect, you know, even if nothing comes out of that meeting, something does come out of it because there's a relationship that's begun. You know what I mean? And then from the relationship at the appropriate time and appropriate seasons, it seems like you can activate certain relationships. You know what I'm saying? And it seems like that's what you was doing, activating.
Yeah, I mean, you just kind of don't know, like, you know, you thinking like that they done forgot about you.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Still remember that meeting we had.
Yeah.
You just chilling, you never knowing, like, you know, if they gonna come back around or not. But, you know, a lot of times, you know, you do make a good impression, or, you know what I'm saying, you might go out and get coffee, you know what I'm saying? It might be whatever, you know, a good conversation with somebody. And then, you know, maybe some funny story or whatever it is, and then they just remember you from the funny story you told. Or, you know what I'm saying?
Then they hit you up. Hey man, we got a job for you.
God has an anointing and a navigation for your situation, bro. When you meant to do something, it just seems like he just puts you on this path and this quest. You know what I'm saying? And it's like you just be like going, and everything is like a. You know, it's some days it's giant leaps and some days it's like baby steps. You know what I'm saying? But as long as you forward is forward, no matter how fast or slow you go. So the fact that you kept moving and kept, you know, really just having yourself open to receive direction and to be able to go, you know what I'm saying? I think is half the battle. You know what I mean? Like, you know, so
persistence. It's like being persistent, like you plant them seeds.
Yeah.
And when you go along the way, it's like when you plant that seed in fertile ground.
Yes, indeed. Something you get a harvest.
It'll come back and it might not grow right then.
Yeah.
But every now and again, a little water's being sprinkled on that situation, and you'll look up and be where you are now. So I think that's commendable.
With a crazy movie that's getting ready to come out, and I just want to say this. So let me just let the people know how I met this man. So I met him on set, directing the day Cloned Tyrone, right? And we're doing this movie during COVID. And it's like you got to get tested, you got to get your nose hit like every day, twice a day. And you go to your hotel room, you go act, and you go back to your room. You can't see your family. You know what I mean? That was a crazy experience for me. I'd never done nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? To be in a bubble like that.
Boy, see, y'all in the NBA bubble out there.
Who's in a bubble?
Movie,
you know what I'm saying?
That's funny, man. No germs up in here, man.
I'm just saying, I don't think nobody's been doing nothing like that.
Yeah, it's just crazy. Like,
right. But yeah, for y'all to pull that off, man.
I mean, like, so I know so too, like, we got Jay Fonz, Eric Robinson, some of the cast members, Jamie Foxx, you know what I'm saying? Like, when I watched the movie, Jamie Foxx went crazy.
Jamie that dude's so talented, man.
He's incredible, man.
Immediately,
roll out of bed, you know what I'm saying, and just kill the scene. You know
it's just crazy. Like I was just watching this man, like, oh my God. And I was definitely glad to see recent reports of him being on the yacht, moving through the city. I just saw that yesterday. That was super. Yeah. I was glad to see that.
Indeed.
I'm glad he, out and about again. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah.
I'm just try to give him space on that.
Yeah, exactly. You got to give him his space. And
you're a legend, for real.
It's the reason why he a GOAT, man. He definitely one of them ones, man. And you one of them ones, too. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just, and you're very humble. You know what I'm saying? You're very humble, but
immediately, yes.
Indeed.
You one of them ones, Kinfolk. You know what I'm saying? And I'm expecting to see so much more from you. I'm just excited to see the next thing that you do, you know what I'm saying? But I'm telling y'all, this movie, listen, we are gonna go crazy. Listen, like I said, we all on top of it like missionary, you dig? Pause. You know what I'm saying? Pause.
Man,
you know what I'm saying? Hey, but I do want to let y'all know this. Listen, this man got bars, he spits too. I want to let y'all know this right now. I'm not finna get this man off of this joint. Off of this joint, man. The man spits, he raps, and he's hard. Do not play with him.
Bars.
Oh man, on the side, moonlight in another life.
Yeah, moonlight in another life.
Yeah, man. Hey, man.
In another life, man. But listen, I want to just thank you very much, Juel Taylor, for your time, man. I'm really appreciated to even be a part of this fabulous movie, bro. It was dropping July 21st. Thank you very much for your time, bro.
Indeed.
Immediately, Kinfolk.
That's the aesthetic, you know what I'm saying? I'm living what y'all got going on, man. So I know y'all gonna do big things.
Thank you very much, Juel. And listen, I can't wait for the next movie, man. Do the Spike Lee thing. Keep the same cast for all of them.
That's right.
Immediately, yes. Immediately, Kinfolk.
So, hopefully they let me make another one.
They're going to let you make another one. Oh, for sure. You got another one coming. Because God is your source, and they just your resource, Kinfolk. You got it.
Indeed.
And
we'll be right back.
Immediately, Kinfolk.
Immediately Kinfolk.
Immediately Kinfolk Podcast, man. Listen, legendary commentary. That's necessary, A lot to be learned, a lot of jewels, a lot of tools and jewels you can use.
Yeah, Juel, man.
Juel with the jewels, man. I think I see a lot of upside in this guy.
Yeah, definitely humble cat.
Humble.
I definitely
creative.
He's definitely
immediately.
He's an immediately yes, and I think you haven't even seen his best. He's got more to come. You know what I mean? Seriously, and we got more legendary commentary with my man Eric B. Robinson Jr.,
yes, sir,
who also is a supporting actor in this movie, They Cloned Tyrone. And we had some pleasure of being able to be on screen together, man. I love this cat, man. He out of the Triple D in Dallas. He's also working on the Miss Pat show on BET, and he's doing this thing, man. I want to introduce y'all and my kinfolks to Eric B. Robinson Jr.
Let's get into it.
Indeed. Legendary commentary.
Immediately Kinfolk. Immediately Kinfolk.
Immediately Kinfolk Podcast, one hard-ass podcast. You are listening to it right now. Subscribe to our vibe, immediatelykinfolk.com. As you know, this week the movie came out, They Cloned Tyrone, directed by
Immediately, yes.
It's an immediately yes. The early reviews are in, but it's an immediately yes. And this movie stars Jamie Foxx. It's directed by Juel Taylor. My guy Jay Fonz is in it, and another up-and-coming superstar actor to me that really got the chops is my guy, Eric B. Robinson. What's going on, Kinfolk?
What's happening, man? What's happening? Thank y'all for having me, bro.
Listen, I want to first of all just say that, tell the people that, I met Eric on the set of They Cloned Tyrone. And some people you meet in life, you meet them and they got like a kindred spirit. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that's like, you can tell that's cut from the same cloth, that rare fabric. This man is definitely cut from that rare fabric, you know what I'm saying? That real nigga thread. Immediately, yes. Straight out of D-Town, what's going on, E-Rob? How you feeling, my guy?
Man, I'm feeling good, man. And, it's what I tell people every time, I tell them about you know what I'm saying? And it's interesting to meet people who are kind of aligned with your own values and morals, especially in the industry that we're in. Yeah. It's a rarity. So, my first time meeting you, man, I remember the first real nigga moment we had, man, was right outside John Boyega's birthday party. You remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, man.
On the pull-up. Yeah.
Kid pulled up, man, picked me up. We was just chopping it up outside the party. Everybody was lit in the party. We was outside for about an hour.
Yeah.
Just chopping it up, nigga, on some real nigga shit.
Yeah.
Man. So
we was.
From that day forward, we've been locked in ever since.
Nah, indeed, man. I got a chance to meet your father. You know what I'm saying? At the They Cloned Tyrone premiere in L.A. last month. Yep. And I can see he also is the cloth in which y'all are cut from. You know what I'm saying? I see it. It's from that rare fabric and it's been going on generation to generation. He was very instrumental in getting you started with the acting game. You talking to me about your relationship with your father and how, and you brought him to the premiere, so how this feels, you know what I'm saying, right now?
Man, we started from the bottom, man. And my dad, he went to a HBCU, Johnson C. Smith, in North Carolina.
Yeah, immediately, yes.
Yeah, he was a alpha, and he was.
Shout out, DeRone, Payne, my co-host, is also.
Come on, too, Seth.
He can show you the gibbet. He got the gibbet. He got the gibbet on the. You know what I mean? Alpha, big alpha.
Say, man. Yeah, but I'm sorry. I had a moment. Sorry.
Nah. It's all good, man. So he used to do. I remember seeing an old grainy video footage of him doing Othello in like one of those big like lecture, hall classrooms.
Yeah.
And I just remember from that moment, I decided like, hey, I think I could be pretty good at that too.
Yeah.
And I remember my first time he put me to my acting skills to the test, man. He said, all right, E, your sister just got hit by a bus. She dead. Scene.
Whoa.
And I did the worst Denzel cry. It was terrible, man. I was like 7 years old, man. But it was bad acting. But I knew from that moment that I could take myself to a certain place and visualize the circumstances, the imaginary circumstances, and make it real for me.
Yeah.
And ever since then, man, my dad, he been supporting me. And whenever I went to grad school, I had like a tour to like see different grad schools around the country. And he pulled up with me, and people were so amazed. Oh wow, it's so sweet. Your dad's with you. I'm like, he's been here since day one. He was a single parent father, and he raised me and my sister. So, he's always been supportive. And for him to see that, elevate me at the top, my game right now, it was just a beautiful moment, man, between father and son. And me having my own sons too. Man, I just pray and hope that, I get to experience that with them.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yes, indeed. Immediately, yes. Beautiful thing right there, though. Because I lost my dad. You know what I mean? So rest in peace of my dad, man. He lost him to cancer back in 2013. And then I lost mom in 2012. And one of my favorite things I used to do when I used to come home to Memphis, man, is go out to Collierville and smoke with my dad. You know what I'm saying? We used to just smoke and just chop it up. And something about the understanding your father has of you as a man, you know what I mean? Definitely. And there's certain things you don't even have to say. You know what I mean? He just understands. I always remember my dad telling me one day, he just said, yo, use your powers for good. And when he said that to me, I was like, wait a minute. First of all, the powers. You know what I mean? We didn't even have to have a conversation about the powers. But then when he said that to me, they gave me the confirmation of like, I knew it was something I had. You know what I mean? I knew I got something that was within me, and those things, you know what I mean, that was a confirmation to me right then. So when I hear about your father being a single father and still, making sure that he was right there from first day of school to graduation. Sorry, Miss Jackson. Like, you know what I mean? But like that, to me, that is dope though. Like to be able to see that and then to see that in real time, that was a very touching moment for me. Just, seeing you and your pop out there, watching you, and I'm watching you perform at Cloned Tyrone, which you did a great job. Being able to be in scene with Jamie Foxx. Immediately, yes. With the GOAT. Talk to me about the inside feelings. Everybody know on the outside, we make it look real good, but I'm talking about the inside feelings
that raw emotion
of when you got the role and you okay. Because a lot of times with movies, people understand that when you get booked, a lot of times they withhold info. They don't tell you the whole layout of what's going on.
Right.
You may be up on set and then, there's The Rock. Or, you know what I'm saying? Like it's Jamie Foxx. How was that for you?
Well, first, let me start with John Boyega, because, the story with John is crazy, right?
Yeah.
So with John, everybody know John, great actor, great dude, man, so humble. And he's just a talent, man. I remember seeing him in his first film, Attack the Block. Y'all remember that joint? Y'all seen that?
Yes, I'm here.
I'm Indian movie, that he did when he was a kid. And I remember seeing, I was like, damn, man, that old boy is talented.
Yeah.
And I remember going to grad school. They sent us out. First of all, I did undergrad and grad school, man, paid for full rides, right? And for grad school, I went for acting. And they sent us out to Africa, London. Nigga, they paid a nigga a stipend. The school, it was free. So it was just lit, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they sent us out to London, and we got to see this rendition of a play called Wojciech. And John was playing in it, and he was the main character. And I just remember after the show, I stood by the little, the poster that they have. And I was taking pictures, and I just remember thinking like, man, well, one day I want to be at that in the level doing what he doing, because he was killing it. And then lo and behold, 2 years later, I get the call for the audition. And what made this audition different was that Juel and Tony, the writers, Juel, the director, they released the entire script. You feel me? They usually don't do that, right? They released the entire script. So I just remember hearing the buzz around New York. I was living in New York at the time. There was a lot of buzz, like, oh man, this is a great movie, a new up-and-coming director, writer. It's, the parts was like real black, you know what I'm saying? It was us. And I just remember like, wow, I'm gonna go ahead and, put my best foot forward and we'll see what happens. Did that audition. A month later, got the call back. And it was like, hey, we want you to do a chemistry read with John. I said, what?
Chemistry read.
A chemistry read with John.
With the same individual.
In London, over here, like, fanboying over this nigga, like what the fuck?
Full circle moment.
Full circle moment, man. And I just remember being on that Zoom. I told him, man, hey, I saw you at the Old Vic, man. It was an honor. It's an honor being here. If I don't get cast for the role, man, it's been everything for me. And then a month later, they tell me I got the role. And so, I'm jumping up and down. When they hit the numbers at your boy, I said, what?
Immediately, yes.
What?
Immediately.
The biggest payday I've ever had, man. So, coming off I did a couple of TV shows, but this was like the biggest one. And I finally was going to be able to realize this age-old dream that I had, which was, it was a silly little quote that I used to say, I'm going to translate my big dreams onto the big screen. And so whenever I felt that, coming around, man, it was just, I felt blessed, man. I remember falling on my face and just thanking God, man. And, my family was with me. We all was just huddled up praying and thanking God and just giving him all the glory and the praise. And I remember that first day that I got on set with Jamie. It was crazy because y'all know Jamie Foxx's real name, right?
Yes.
His real name is Eric.
No, Jamie's real name is Eric. What's his last name?
Bishop.
It's Eric. It's Eric. It's something Eric.
Oh man.
We'll pull it up. We'll get back to it. We'll pull his real name. Go ahead.
So his real name is Eric. So immediately I'm like, yo, I'm trying to find a moment of connection before the scene. I'm like, yo, man, hey, my name is E, man, Eric. I told him I went to school in East Texas. He's from Terrell, Texas.
Yeah.
East Texas.
Yes.
And he was like, oh, you was out there in Marshall? So I went to school at Wiley College, home of the great debaters. I was also a great debater.
Yeah.
The
That's the college that the movie Great Debaters was based on.
Exactly. So
Indeed.
Denzel, he paid my whole way through college, and he used to come and mentor a lot of the young dudes on the debate team. So it was lit.
Hold up, stop right there.
Immediately, yes.
You said Denzel Washington paid your whole way to college.
Denzel Washington, man, paid my whole 4 years. And you know what was crazy about that, man, is I just feel like I've been blessed is because the first time I went to school, I went to Wiley, I got there and I started, cutting up, fucking with, all these chicken heads and, doing all kind of shit, not going to class, sleeping. And I dropped out of school. Mm-hmm. And so when I dropped out, I went back home to Pops. And, my dad like, hey, nigga, you had to do something. You know what I'm saying? You can't be up in here, I was depressed, man. I ain't had no job. He's like, hey, you can't be up in here not working. You had to do something, man. Yeah. And I ended up having a baby, you know what I'm saying? And I said, man, it's over, man. I just need to go ahead and get a real job. And, my dreams is done, nigga. And I ended up going to the military. Took my ASVAB. I was going to do Marines, like the hardest shit. Yeah. And that same, I think it was the day before I had to go to MEPS, which is where they go and they like you do your physical exams and stuff. Yeah. Mm-hmm. A new coach on the debate team at Wiley, a new one, called me. He was like, hey, E, I heard a lot about you. I want you to come back to the team. We'll pay off everything that you owe because I was on academic probation. So I lost my scholarship. Mm-hmm. Then I and then I accrued some debt. They said, we'll pay all that and we'll give you another full ride just to come back on the team.
Look at that favor.
That's a blessing.
That's a blessing. Immediately, yes. Immediately, yes. Wow.
So getting back to the Jamie Foxx story, man, I said, yo, I'm Eric. You Eric? He said, yeah, Eric and Eric. We sound like a law firm. just cracking up, chopping it up, man. And it's so crazy to see because, I grew up watching Jamie.
Of course, who didn't? Who did? Seriously, he's a GOAT.
Yeah, the GOAT.
So
man.
To be right there doing what I love to do, be right there doing it with him. Yeah. Man, I was so nervous, bro. I was so freaking nervous because I felt like Jamie's energy, man, like if, auras, right? His aura is very massive.
Massive.
And you can really become lost. You know what I'm saying? If you allow his aura to just take over, you'll get just pushed to the background, right? Yeah. And that's what happened on our first scene, bro. I was so small. I wasn't like committed to the circumstances because I was still so focused on, wow, I'm here with Jamie, man. This is crazy. Yeah. And I remember going back to the the hotel, Club Element. Yeah. I was going back to the hotel that day, and I was so sad, man. I was praying to God. I was like, man, I messed this whole thing up, man. I'm over here telling myself that I ain't good enough. And I remember one of the producers called me. He was like, Eric, you did the scene today. Juel, he wants to add a drone. He wants to add more cars. So we're just going to redo that whole scene over tomorrow. And I said, what? I get another shot? Yeah. And I just remember doing it again. And, I really, I prayed on it. And I think God just gave me the focus and the confidence to really go out there and slay it, man. And seeing that scene now, after, everything's said and done, it's beautiful, man. And I'm super proud, of the way it turned out. So, yeah.
I hear, when I hear a story, it's a story of second chances.
Indeed.
It's a story of the God not being done with you. You know what I mean? And him always keeping a way out for his anointed people. You know what I'm saying? You can definitely see that you're anointed and appointed with what you're doing. It's incredible, the story, man. Like, this has been meant for you. And he continues to, I just think those he uses and chooses. He chooses people and he uses people, you know what I mean? And we have to surrender to that, you know what I mean? And you definitely been surrendering to that and letting him direct your steps. And it's just proof also too that you don't have to be perfect. It ain't about being perfect. You know what I mean? You can mess up. But, it's always a second, third chance for those that continue to follow him. It's like navigation. If you make the wrong turn on the navigation, you make that wrong turn, it's going to reroute you. You may lose a little time, but it's going to put you right back to where you're supposed to go. And he's got you right now.
Fire analogy.
Yes. He got you right now where you're supposed to be.
Man, it's really a marathon, bro.
Yeah, it really is.
And the thing is, you just can't give up. You feel me? Like I could have gave up, and but God allowed me to pivot. bro. You know, I'm a hooper.
Pivot.
And so, that's a lot of my analogies use the basketball analogies, man. But, you got to be able to pivot and look at things a different way so that you can keep going towards the same end goal, right? So, and my whole thing is, man, you get to the top of one mountain, that's just the bottom of the next.
Indeed.
So, Indeed. We just allows us to climb. Just keep it going.
Just keep going. Well, I really just enjoyed you in Cloned Tyrone. I know that you have some other things that are coming up. You were working on something over there with BET as well. I think it was Miss Pat. I think it was.
Oh yeah, the Miss Pat show. Yeah. Boy, she funny as hell, man.
She too funny.
Yeah, so that's coming up for you too. Right? Yeah, I can't wait for that. And I want to just say this real quick before we get you up out of here. It's like that was a scenario where that what stood out to me with you, with your integrity and your moral compass. There was an opportunity for you to take a scene in another show that put you in a light that really wasn't becoming of you. You know what I'm saying? We'll say it like that. And it was a big payday. Big payday. But
a couple six figures, man. And for me, money ain't everything. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, man, I leave all this behind and go back and I used to do roughneck stuff like I used to do granite fabrication. I used to do remodeling. Okay. So real backbreaking stuff. And then I used to cut
with your hands. With your hands.
With my hands. You know what I'm saying? That's why my shit looked the way it looked. But and that's why I enjoy people too who kind of have because a lot of actors, man, they really be acting like they just not really grateful, man, of the of the position that they have, and because what we get to do, man, when we get out there, I'm really just chilling in this trailer. Waiting on them to be like, "Hey, you ready?" I'm like, "Cool." I got my stand in. They over there doing all the. But then when they call you, I'm coming out the trailer, just waking up. And you getting paid, tens of thousands of dollars, you feel me, a week type shit. And it's just like, bro, I ain't got no complaints over here. I'm a team player. I'm gonna do what I need to do.
Exactly.
But I will leave all of this if they ever come at me and tell me I have to sacrifice who I believe in, my morals, my values.
That's right.
I ain't holding on to none of this, man, because I know this ain't the end. You feel me?
Indeed. Immediately, yes.
Yeah, man, I got offered to do something. Your boy just can't be bending over. I ain't gonna bend over for nobody. You know what I'm saying?
Immediately, no.
And it could have. If I would have taken it, I definitely considered it. I feel because when they hit you with the numbers,
the numbers.
Like, hold on now, hey now. Let me think about it.
Maybe
I can do it and then ask for forgiveness. So man, they hit me with them numbers, man. But at the end of the day, I talk to a lot of people who I look up to, right? And I have a lot of great mentors in my life, man. Yeah. And whenever you consult wise people, you end up making wise decisions. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I made the decision, man. I remember seeing the show. Props, kudos to the dude who took the role.
Who did it? Yeah.
But I remember seeing that, and I'm just like, ooh.
Yeah. I was in a hotel room. Pull up to your hotel room, pause. When to watch that scene, to watch the scene is hey man, you made the right decision. You know what I mean? They Cloned Tyrone movie right now, out right now. Go stream it, Netflix right now. I said you got that Dak Prescott jersey on too. Y'all gonna do something this year? What y'all gonna do this year?
You see it. I don't know if you can see it, but you see the signature.
I see it. I see the signature on it. I see it. I'm staying on this Grizzness. I'm staying on this Memphis. I'm staying on that M-Town.
We got a lot with it, you feel me?
Yeah. I met with that Triple D. Shout out to everybody in the Triple D out there. Shout out to DJ Flipmillionz out there too. Indeed. But nah, man, listen, we thank you for your time and your energy, bro. I look forward to everything that God has for you on the screen, off the screen, and I'll be in Dallas to pull up on you, Kinfolk, you know what I mean, and very, very soon, man. But once again, congratulations on the Cloned Tyrone. Great movie. But I want to ask you this before you slide. The actors strike we on right now.
Man.
It's like, look at that. We have a movie out right when the strike happens. It's crazy, right?
Yeah, look, I'm over here looking. My agency just sent me some stuff. But have you seen the things like to be honest,
what we can do?
Nigga, really, yeah, what we can and can't do.
Yes, I saw that. Yes.
All promotion and support of film and TV projects are prohibited. Anyone who goes against these orders will not be allowed into the guild moving forward. So that's the guild is like that's health insurance, vision, dental.
Yeah. I just got. Give me some round of applause for me right here, real quick. I just got the ability to be able to get my insurance and all and cover my family on film and TV. You know what I'm saying? Based on being an actor. And yes, indeed, we cannot promote. We can't do any of that. I'm on this podcast though. We can't do that. You know what I'm saying? Immediately Kinfolk Podcast. I'm doing that. Immediately we doing this now. Straight up, man. I hope it's on. Listen,
you can't stop no show, man.
Nah, listen. I stand in solidarity with all of the writers. I want to get more money. I want us to get more money. I want the residual checks to be bigger. I do too. So I agree with. I stand with the writers. I stand with the actors in solidarity. But one is too close to none. One must have multiple streams of incomes. We must pivot to be able to get it, and the pivot is real. You know what I mean? And it's real in the field right now. You know what I mean? So yeah,
your flowers, but that's the exact thing why I was so amazed by you, man. Is your multiple streams, man. Your family, man. Even the things that you advocate for, what you stand about. And man, I just remember the first time I met you. You came in the car. I think we was going on the set. You came in the cars, all these dreads. I was like, big light skin nigga. I'm like, what the fuck? I was like, nigga, and you was on the phone. And I think you had you was on some Zoom or something with a whole bunch of mentees. And what you were saying, man, it was so positive. Yeah. And it was so enlightening. And I was like, man, who is this dude? And then you told me. And then, you said so crispy. Oh, yeah. And bro, I just remember just coming home from school, bro. Yeah. Watching 106 in Park.
Yes.
AJ and Free, immediately, man. Yes. And I just remember bumping your stuff, man. Every time your shit would come on, I would turn it up, man. Because it would just get me in that mode, man.
Good vibes.
And to meet you there, in that capacity, and to do the film and then to kind of establish a relationship with you, man, it's been everything, man. So I just want to give you praise and your honor, man.
Thank you,
God has really blessed you, man. And I hope he continues to do it.
I touch and agree that he will continue to. I touch and agree that he will continue, and we'll continue to build, and we'll continue this particular medium as the next movie and the next role and the next thing that we do, and we'll continue to do, because the God we serve is a big God, and the God we serve, if he did this for you, if he did this for us right now, then he just does bigger and bigger. You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
That means our best days are in front of us. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, everything that he does for us is like, okay, bam, you did this, so that just makes you believe more. It makes you believe for more. It makes you believe for even more. And I'm believing for more for you. And I touch and agree on it for myself. And I know it's on the way. You know what I mean? I know it's on the way, bro.
Immediately,
yes.
Likewise, man. I know you got a brilliant, beautiful future ahead of you, man, and you do your thing. I did some research on your IG and stuff, man. I like what I see.
I appreciate that, brother.
I saw Key ass on there shooting that basketball.
Hey, man. Immediately. Hey, man. Hey, I thought we deleted that. It's still up there?
Nah, it's still up there.
Oh, my God.
It's immediately there. He immediately had on them, come walk with me, Lord.
Hey, man. Hey, listen, I got my Crocs on today.
Beating that backboard down, man. And he's a backboard beater.
Listen.
He beats backboards.
Listen. The bank is always open. The bank is always open.
Abusing the
backboard. I'm gonna abuse the bank because that's what it's done. If you put that ball right there on that thing, it's gonna hit that goal. Yeah, that's what it's gonna do. You know what I mean? How many did you see him hit? Not a one. Not a one.
I make beats.
Not a one.
I make beats.
He's a producer. You know what I'm saying?
I know what I do.
He's a producer. You know what I'm saying?
Hey now. Yeah, man. I make beats, man.
Indeed. He don't make shots.
Yeah, not all. Bars and beats, man. That's it, man. You know what I'm saying? It's okay. I'm cool in my lane.
Nah, man. Hey, so and last but not least, how was the thing you had last night, your hometown or whatever, man, with the release?
How was the hometown premiere, man? It was beautiful. You know, a lot of my friends and family came out. You know, I made a little speech in the beginning.
Isn't that beautiful? Ooh, I love those moments.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful, man.
Yeah.
You know, because you know, it's you know, a lot of people don't believe that you can do it, especially in your hometown.
Man, they be your hometown. Listen, I love my city, I love my state, but to get to the love, you got to get through the hate. And the hate be real in your hometown. They gonna make the best haters. The best haters come from where you from.
Ain't that the fact?
Them the best ones.
It's the story of Jesus, bro. Jesus had to leave.
Yeah, he had to leave.
And come back.
He had to leave, man.
It's not until you come back and they like, oh wow, okay. And there still might be some hate, but they
gotta mask it though. They have to mask the hate. Here's what I know about haters. Haters don't want to be known that they don't want people to know that they are the haters. Haters don't want to be. Haters want to be able. They want to be able. You know, they gonna cater to your ego when you got things going. You know what I'm saying? But haters don't never want to be on an island by themselves. You know what I mean? Haters be in denial. You know what I mean? But I know you haters. You out there. You don't like.
We see you looking.
We see you looking what you're looking at. Look at what you look at. God. Look at God. Look at him.
Yeah, man. Indeed.
Nah, man. We're gonna slide up out of here, man. Immediately Kinfolk Podcast. They Cloned Tyrone. Movie right now. Go stream it on Netflix right now. Eric B. Robinson.
Yes, sir.
Triple D.
Immediately Kinfolk.
Junior. Eric Robinson Jr.
You did.
Junior. Thank you, brother.
Yes, sir.
Immediately Kinfolk.
Thank you, man.
Welcome back.
Immediately Kinfolk Podcast, one hard ass podcast. We got Dirty Fresh with us today. Not on the Zoom room, but actually here, live. You know what I'm saying?
What's up, man?
Indeed. Listen, so I wanted to do a new segment. I want to introduce you to people called Woke Folk. Stay woke. Stay aware.
Okay.
Because these people ain't playing fair.
Not at all.
Man.
And today I want to just tap into I love the rainbow LGBTQ community. First of all, let me start out by saying that you have our full support. I believe you need to be who you are. You know what I mean? I'd rather
Immediately, yes.
period, point blank. But there was something I read today that said that the community would want a woman's vagina to be called a bonus hole.
What?
To prevent it from being kind of against the transgender community, this being something that's kind of kind of being looked at as being racist, or not racist, but what's the word? Discriminative to that community.
So they find the word vagina
to be discriminative. Offensive.
Somehow.
Offensive.
Okay.
That's a new one on me. That's a new
That's
one.
offensive. So I just wanted to just talk about that. Like,
when I look at that, man, I look at it like, I feel like there's a more sinister plan at play here. You know what I mean? So It's crazy. It's like, so what you're saying is being a natural woman is offensive? Is that what they're trying to say?
Yeah, like,
That's crazy. You know what I mean?
That's
And if I were a
immediately
woman,
crazy.
If I was a woman, I would be offended.
Yeah. Like,
you know what I mean? I would be offended by that.
Yeah, I would too. If I was a woman, I just be like, I do believe in being fair, and I want to live in a society where everybody is free to be them. But I think in some things now, like, come on, like, we just going a little bit too far.
So like, on the reverse of that, is it like a bonus leg now?
A bonus leg?
Or like a bonus pole, or
pause.
What?
Pause Worthington Jr.
Pause Worthington
I'm just saying,
Jr. right
man.
now.
I mean,
right now.
Immediately no.
No, listen.
I'm just saying,
Listen,
bonus hole, bonus pole.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and move on to the next.
Next.
I'm just saying, man.
All right. Also,
Okay, whatever,
I wanted to tap in.
It made sense to me.
All right. I wanted to tap in on this subject as well. A lighter subject, but then still immediately woke folk too. We talked about it before with Moments with the Misses, but I wanted to tap into this lab meat.
Yeah, that lab-grown chicken, man.
Chicken, this
They
lab-grown
cloned
meat.
the chicken, man.
They are cloning the chicken.
That's
They're
crazy.
cloning the foods. They're cloning.
It ain't
You
real.
you made a comment, and I wanted you to speak on it since you're here about the Food and Drug Administration being the same building.
Yeah, it's to me, man, I always looked at it like it's a conflict of interest, isn't it?
Yes.
It's the Food and Drug Administration.
Immediately, yes.
So to me, it seems like, and a lot of these foods, we look at the ingredients in it, and these foods are known to cause cancer and other sicknesses and ailments, right?
Yeah.
And the Food and Drug Administration says it's okay, go right ahead. So it seems like to me, y'all scratching each other back. You know what I mean? Keep eating this over a certain period of time, and eventually you're going to need some medicine. So it's like, it's a conflict of interest to me, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so now, going into like the plant-based meats and all this stuff, and the lab-grown meats and all this stuff there, it's like they're even attacking the plant-based community, you know what I mean? So now, just because you see something and it says plant-based or it's vegan or whatever, that doesn't necessarily mean
it's good for you, that it's healthy.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So now don't, and that's anybody going plant-based out there, don't trade meat toxins and other toxins for plant-based and vegan toxins. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Exactly.
So it's counterproductive, So
Immediately,
and the only way to really like Sis said, man, the only way to really tell that you eating healthy is to grow your own food.
Yeah.
And that's the play I'm on. I don't know about nobody else.
Immediately,
I'm trying to live off the land, man.
Live off the land, man. I definitely believe living off the land is the right plan.
Yeah,
man. You know what I mean? I definitely agree with that, man. No, I'm saying, like, I feel like with transgender, they should have their own league.
Right. It's not fair for a natural-born man to compete against a woman. It's just not fair.
It's not fair.
I seen this post on Instagram, right, where they said, if Mike Tyson was a woman,
right,
could he do female boxing?
And the man said absolutely yes.
I said, boy, that's a...
Immediately no.
That's crazy.
Immediately that's crazy.
You gonna get somebody killed
Somebody's
out here,
gonna
man.
die.
So we both got daughters.
Dead.
Iron Mike?
Now check this out. We both got
No
daughters,
disrespect,
right?
Iron Mike. I'm not just using this as example. Please don't come trying to beat up me.
Because we love your weed, my Iron Mike.
Yeah, shout out
straight up. Shout out to your trees.
You know what I'm saying?
Go right ahead.
So throw that out there. All right.
Check this out. As a father, as a girl dad, let's say, our daughter plays sports, and she's been going since she's 5 years old, going hard, doing all the practicing, all the training, all this stuff here, and then she has to compete against a man. That's crazy, bro. She would be crushed.
Shout out to immediately no. Shout out to
be crushed.
First of all, shout out to my niece Mila, who's going up. She's doing her thing, full ride Tennessee. Y'all know what it is. But nah, that would be no. I'll be getting in the ring with her.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
She finna fight no man. I'm finna fight. I'm fighting too. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting in the ring too. Nah, indeed. But that's been Woke Folk. We'll be right back. Immediately Kinfolk Podcast.
Immediately Kinfolk.
Yes, sir.
Welcome back. Immediately Kinfolk Podcast. One hard ass podcast.
Indeed.
My wife always said that don't rhyme, but it do hard ass podcast. Like,
We're from Memphis, man.
We make it hard ass podcast.
But look, Southern drawl, man.
But pause on the hard ass.
Yeah.
All right, listen. This is the part of the show where we stand on Grizzness. Standing on Grizzness. Standing on Grizzness.
Yes,
standing on Grizzness. We talk about Memphis Grizzlies and a whole lot of basketball business.
Yes, sir.
I want us to talk about this. Tony Allen is making his Big 3 debut.
That's great.
You know what I mean?
on, Tony.
Ice Cube, you know what I mean? He's
Shout
in
out
the
to
city.
Cube.
He's in Memphis. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
They had the FedEx for him.
Indeed.
Yeah, I thought that
I
was
love
dope.
that. I love it. I love what Cube was doing, man. I think he just got recognized as the first black sports league. You know what I mean? Officially. I love that for Cube, man, and what he's doing and what he's standing on. He's standing on Grizzness as well.
He's standing on Grizzness.
I see him going around on the podcast right now on his tour right now. You know, I mess with Cube.
I love his response.
Cube was the OG.
I love his OG response that he made on when Charlamagne asked him about Mac 10 on Black. And his response was like, he know what it is. I don't even want to talk about it.
He already know.
But anyway, I love Cube. And shout out to Cube and what he's doing.
Cube is on his hustle.
He is, man. He says the NBA is trying to block him out in a lot of situations or whatever, and they have a $1 billion operation. So a little black man to them trying to get involved with their sport thing. You got to be careful, but more power to Cube because he's always been Cube has always been a rebel. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I support Ice Cube and what he does, and I love that he doesn't always take the popular opinion of what people think or whatever and stuff like that. He's a free mind, you know what I mean? Free spirit. I want to tap into Memphis though. Okay, let's go. Man. Let's go to Summer League. We've been balling.
Yeah. We've been taking care of business right now. We look real good right now. I like Lofton right now. Lofton is standing out right now. I'm expecting Lofton to have a great season this year. I'm really expecting him to come in and really just get over there and hump and really get some clock. I think really just more so than anything needs some clock.
He needs some clock.
He gets some clock, I think he'll show up.
He has a chance right now to get some clock because of the fact that Steven Adams is still out.
Right.
Yeah. And we still need someone.
And Brandon Clark.
And Brandon Clark is still out.
How long is Clark out?
Clark may be out, man. I think, that ACL.
It's iffy. It may be March.
It may be playoff time till we see Clark.
Till we see Clark back.
Back at 100% anyway. You know what I'm saying?
True. But Steven Adams may be earlier than that. It may be Christmas, but we still need to be able to get
Jaren Jackson gonna need some help, man.
He gonna need someone to plug in that hole. Pause.
Whoa.
Pause Worthington Sr.
So definitely that's gonna be that's gonna be a scenario. I do like Chris. He actually handled the number 1 draft pick, 7-footer Wembanyama.
Kenny Lofton destroyed him. Barbecue chicken.
He definitely took care of the business and stood on Grizzness on that guy. And we got a chance to go to see him play last year in the Memphis Hustle season, and he was doing a great job.
He looked good.
He looked real good out there too. You know what I mean? So
I think he dropped a light 30.
Yeah, just a light 30. We watching the game on the front row. Front row folk on the folk. We on the floor. You know what I mean? And we watching it, and man, he definitely gave him a light 30. You look up in the stats, I'm like, dang, he gave him a 30 piece.
Going crazy.
It's another draft pick we got too. Gigi Williams and Gigi Jackson.
Yeah, Gigi Jackson.
He looked good too.
He looks good.
He was a phenom coming out of high school. Went to South Carolina. Yeah, kind of slipped a little bit in the draft, but I'm still big on him. He may be able to come in and give us some good minutes. Especially with Ja being out.
I think so too. I think it's gonna be really about that. Who y'all think we talking about starting 5 wise while Ja's out? How we see their lineup?
Man, I'm thinking we gotta go Derrick Rose, man.
D Rose
2-3 at the point.
Yeah, the point. Okay. Big back bang.
Who you got at the 2? That's where it gets iffy.
It get tricky because Big Bag Bang.
Yeah.
$207 million contract.
He got to be where he comfortable.
Yeah.
With 207, you got to put me where I'm comfortable.
You got to put me where I'm
where I can perform and give you a 25, 30 piece.
Yeah.
And I think he's capable of doing that on a nightly basis.
He was doing it. He was doing it, him and Ja. Remember, like last year and the year before that, it was
people
Ja.
sleep on Bang.
Yeah, Ja have 35 and Bane have 30. You know what I mean? Or vice versa some games.
Yes, indeed.
So, it's definitely worth
I think he got to be the shooting guard. The 3 is really tricky for
Smart.
me. Yep. Is he big enough to be?
That's the thing. We've been getting a lot of small guards, bro.
Yeah, like I feel like we need to go pick up a couple more pieces. I mean, even at the 5, who's at the 5?
You've been pushing for the Dwight Howard trade.
Yeah, big Dwight Howard. Come on!
You've been pushing that for a while.
I'm big on Bo.
When you say that, come on thing, it's still
come on.
Go ahead.
I like Uncle Bo.
Come on, 31st, come on. Memphis Grizzness, you need to sign Dwight Howard. Come on.
Immediately.
Hold on, is it
No.
Immediately, yes.
Okay.
Come on.
Well, I say Bo, man, because he's an athletic guy.
That man,
he can stretch
athletic.
Did you say Bo?
You said Bo is athletic.
Negro Diamonds has spoken. I see Bo.
This is Bo right here.
There he is. Right there.
Look here.
He's very thin.
That man is fragile.
He can do the same thing Wemby can do. They're basically the same player.
And so he gonna that mean Kenny Lofton gonna punch him around in practice.
Definitely.
That might be good for him though.
But ultimately they're the same player though. Wemby and Bo, they basically got the same attributes.
Mm-hmm.
So
do you think he's enough though on the defensive end to be able to...
I think he's a liability.
Yeah, I feel
like he's a liability.
It's questionable.
I got to be honest with you.
That's
He's
no
questionable on defense and Bo. We need a real solid center.
I'm taking Dwight Howard.
I would take Dwight Howard over Bo, but it wouldn't be. It's a immediately yes.
But I ain't mad at Bo as long as we had
somebody
Howard
else
too. Yeah, I can't take Bo by himself.
That wouldn't be the purpose then. It's like we just still need a center, you know what I'm saying, to be able to do the
and
thing.
A 3.
You know what I'm saying? And a 3. So it's anxious to see how we recruit from there because a lot of free agency moves are being made right now. You know what I mean? I'm anxious to see how Phoenix is going to look. Phoenix is looking for that missing piece, and they got Bill out there with them.
Very defenseless out there.
I'm knowing that the Dame time is going to be going down to Miami to help out Butler, and that's all they really needed was a star down there, and they would have got that championship. So it's like, Memphis, if we're really trying to go at getting a chip this year, we're going to have to get that. We're going to have to get those backups in there, bro. We're going to have to plug that hole in the middle, man. Pause. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
But plug it.
Pause.
Immediately Junior. Pause Worthington Jr.
But anyway, with that being said,
that is Standing on Grizzness, Immediately Kinfolk Podcast.
Yeah, man.
Immediately Kinfolk. Immediately Kinfolk.
Yes, sir.
Yes, indeed. One hard ass podcast, man. Immediately Kinfolk, man. Make sure y'all subscribe to our vibe, immediatelykinfolk.com. Immediately Kinfolk. Listen, this is the part of the show. Well, we go into the Immediately Yes, Immediately No. Immediately Yes, Immediately No show. All right? And this is a part where I go in on a lot of the things that I see that's happening on social media. My phone gets me into a lot of trouble. You know what I mean? And hey, and I don't make these videos. You make these videos. So, blame the people that make these videos.
Welcome back to the Immediately Know Show. And what is going on in the barbershop this morning with this damn fool who thought this hairline was cool?
Nope.
This type of behavior makes it bad on all light-skinned men across the globe. You have a copy of the Big Dipper in the middle of your forehead. You don't have a forehead, you have a one head. It looks like your hairline's getting ready to have a meeting with your eyebrows. They're about to have a merger. It's an Immediately Know. Get this guy out the chair. It's like a cup with a straw in it, like the sunken place cup with a stirrer. Immediately Know.
Nope.
Hello? What you selling? What you want?
Around here, we're just coming around talking to niggers. Sorry, dude. Neighbors. I apologize, man.
So crack ass away from my house.
Nope.
Hell is wrong with you out here this morning talking about some niggas. Crack her ass on. You lucky I don't shoot you. Get the hell on. Immediately know.
Immediately know. Immediately know. I'm telling you right now, I seen what I needed to see.
It is now time for one of my favorite segments of the show. It's a time when we give you some inspiration for your situation with Coffee with Kinfolk. Let's go.
Coffee with my kinfolk.
Yes, indeed.
Coffee with my kinfolk.
All right.
Soon as I wake,
Start my day
with positivity.
Let's go.
Coffee with my kinfolk.
All right. Every
Coffee with your kinfolk. All right.
superhero got to have a theme song. You know what I mean? Got to have a theme song, man. And, I believe I eat what I kill, speak what I feel, and I try to speak what I seek until I see what I say. You know what I'm saying? And I think that in life, you have the ability to speak life. You know what I'm saying? And in this world we live in, it's a whole lot of negativity vibes and a lot of, things coming at you. So this part of the show, we try to give you some inspiration for your situation. Okay, a cup full of good positivity. And it's coffee that you're drinking. It's literal coffee, meant to wake you up. You know what I'm saying? And put you on it, because we gotta be on it like we want it. You dig what I'm saying? So without further ado, it's Coffee with Kinfolk right here on the Immediately Kinfolk Podcast. So check this out, right? So there's a guy, right, and he's a builder.
Okay.
So the builder is goes to this guy who's a contractor, and he's like, man, I want to get this house built. Now, the contractor, you know what I mean, is kind of a guy that's he kind of takes shortcuts sometimes. You know what I mean? So he's he'll get the cheapest stuff if he can, you know what I mean, to be able to make more money, right? So guy says, cool, look, man, I'm gonna get you to do this job for me. Now, this guy's been doing jobs for this guy for a while. So he's like, you know what, I'm finna just cut corners on this one. I gotta make some bread. So guy says, go get me the concrete and get all the materials that you need to be able to build a house. This guy goes buy all this stuff or whatever, and he's making big cap off everything he goes to buy, right? Mm-hmm. Just to get it done, you know what I mean?
Just enough to get by.
Yeah, just enough to get by. Make sure he make his cap, you know what I mean? So he does that. So the house is all finished, you know what I mean? And, so he's happy with the money that he made off the cap that he did by doing a not poor job, but, just enough.
Yeah, just enough.
How about the person who hired him for the job, turned around and gave him the keys to the house and said, this is your house?
The irony.
The irony of it.
Wow.
You know what I mean? The moral, of the story.
Man, you gotta give your best every day.
Give your best every day, man. Give your best every day. You never know. Don't take shortcuts. You only cut yourself short.
Yeah, indeed.
You know what I'm saying?
It's like you gotta put your best foot forward every day. Because if you won't grind hard for yourself,
then
why would the world grind hard for you?
Yeah, you know what I mean. So just be careful and always move with integrity. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
It's one of them things you can't. Yes. It's one of them things you can't see, but you can for sure feel. Mm-hmm. And that's what it is, man. I think in hip hop right now, I'm a little bit tired of the raunchy raps.
Oh, really?
I just got to be honest with you, man.
You were for this. You were like,
I got to
for
be honest
this.
with you, man. Like,
Go ahead.
I'm just
yes.
a little. I'm getting a little bit tired of the raunchy female rap,
Yes
man,
with the
right
no.
now. Like,
because it's the women now. Now it's a little much. Now it's much because it's the females. It's like
it's just like
every song is.
It's just I don't want to. The first bar I hear about is out your mouth is putting. You know what I mean?
Wait a minute, because I feel like you made a check off that WAP. So that's literally what you has.
Indeed I did. No, indeed I did. Immediately, yes. But what I am saying though, but what I'm saying,
like,
but
you're not totally a guess.
I mean, that's
the WAP.
No, I'm not against it, but there was a wave. That was a wave. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
And I'm just saying, like, I'm just ready for that wave to kind of like. I'm ready for females to get back to some real rap.
I mean,
you know
I wouldn't necessarily say that, but I would like some balance, just where there's like a lot of different, themes to songs and stuff like that. A lot of different,
just different vibrations,
topics
man. Yeah,
and
like
stuff.
not just.
It might be a little heavy, but I don't think that should go anywhere. It just seems like it's just very heavy.
It's everything right now.
Well, in rap, in the rap genre,
people like to bump a little ranch.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, literally bump their uglies.
Yeah, they like to bump ranch music.
What?
They like to bump a little ranch.
Yeah, bump the ranch, bumping ugly.
Bump the ranch. Okay, I didn't know what that was. Yeah. You're coming with these new sayings every show. I don't know if they're working. I got to listen to this guy saying things.
Yeah, what do I call it? In the dance to everyone, it's the grind, man.
But like, is that
you missed the grind, baby?
You know,
that's
grind.
the dance.
It's the dance of all the
It's
women.
not about your lyrics. It's about you're gonna get up there and that's the dance. Just watch. Yeah. It's gonna be the grind. Yeah.
They get out there, they grind and twerk.
Yeah.
And you got to be. It's like to me, it's becoming to like back in the day.
What are we talking about?
You know what we're talking about.
Follow me on this. We're talking about movements.
It's like a dance. It's
a dance. If you mute the television or the phone or whatever you're doing, you're watching one of these videos, and you look at these women, they're all doing the same little grind.
It's a grind, and you don't need to do any movements. No, he can watch. He can go back.
No, I'm not doing it. Hold up. I'm not doing it for someone listening. I'm not grind out there. No, that's not what I'm doing.
No, but I'm just saying. You were like you heard the music.
Okay, no, all right, that's not what I'm doing.
Immediately, no.
But I'm just saying. I think like back in the day.
Everybody says that. Everybody's back in the day when we were growing up. That's because we were R&B strong though.
No, but hear me.
There felt like there was like more of a balance. I mean, it was really R&B strong back when we were,
Was the grind just slower back then?
It probably was.
No. It was just less. So it was like Lil' Kim when we were coming up. So it was just Lil' Kim. But it was like now it's
hold on. You had Lil' Kim, but then you still had. Lauryn Hill
and Erykah Badu.
You had like a from Diggable Planets, the lead singer from Diggable Planets. You know what I mean? Like you had like different vibes. Also, like
remember Groove Theory?
And Groove Theory. And let me say this though. Let me say this. Back in the day, when you were a beautiful woman, or how they say a baddie, now you had to really be a baddie. What I mean by that is. There was really like no filters, like there was no like.
It was a different time. It was a different time.
You really had to like.
There was no smartphones.
It was before. It was no smartphones, but it was like women that were like really bad or really good looking in real life. Now I feel like it's just too easy for a woman to become a baddie. Okay, they're gonna go buy the teeth kit. They're gonna go buy the clothes.
Build a baddie.
The baddie kit.
Like
the baddie kit. The baddie starter kit. Okay, he's gonna get a work done.
Times change, and that's the time right now. And you can choose to go buy the baddie body, or you can choose to.
I like the natural.
Do
you know
that.
What I mean?
I'm saying natural.
I'm natural. You know what I mean?
Whatever you like, you should get because that's who you're gonna attract. But don't be mad you're gonna attract. The kind of people that like that. If you're wearing the uniform, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna
I just think that negativity is at all time high, but I think vanity is at all time high too.
Indeed.
I think like the very, very vain. Like, you know what I mean? People are really dying in vain. You know what I'm saying? Like vain, literally.
Well, there's a lot more opportunity. It also, I don't know that plastic surgery was as as accessible as it is today. Like you can go get whatever, the shots and the butt. I mean, because remember when we were coming up, like breast implants started to get more affordable for people. And now, you know, it's very common. And then now it's just the rest of the body, the lips and hips and
everything else that you're buying.
And, everything.
You know, and I just think even but I don't want to just talk about just even the females, even the rappers and the rap kid. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like the rap kid. You know, it's like
but if you don't have a beard, you should be able to get a beard.
You know, no, I'm not talking about the beard, but what I'm talking about is just like, you know, it's just like, go get the new teeth.
If girls can do all of this, why can't the guy get a beard? It's not fair.
Well, the fake beard, go get the beard.
Yes, you should be able to get a beard. I think you should be able to get a beard.
You know what I mean? It's just like, I don't know. I just think, man, we got
to. The beard immediately, yes.
Fake beards?
If you want a beard, So wait a minute.
You don't have that problem. So what you be?
I like your real beard, but I'm saying a guy who can't grow a beard should be able to. And the woman he dates has a whole wig on her head, a whole nother hair underneath her hair. He should be able to have a chin wig.
Her man doesn't have a face beard, so let's leave her man out of this. There's nothing to do with this. No,
he has a natural. I like the natural. However, I'm just saying, if you cannot grow hair on your face and you want a chin wig. If you want a chin wig and you're dating girls that have whole wigs on their head, how come you can't have a chin
wig? Man.
Yeah, you were talking about your three little hairs that you're growing.
You can't put no Velcro. I'm not putting no Velcro on my face.
I think it's glue.
I'm natural skin face.
Natural. I think it's better to keep it natural.
But that's I like the natural and you like the natural, but I'm just saying, in the day and age now, if you are a woman that wears a wig, I don't think it's fair to judge a man that's wearing a chin wig or a top wig or whatever, a wiglet, whatever their thing is.
Chin wig. Professor Chin wig.
Listen, I'm just saying you can't. That's not fair. That's not fair.
And I want to speak on this too. That was there's a guy. His name is the Chin.
So if you want hairs on your wig, you go get that and don't be ashamed of it because women are doing it and that's what it is.
No, it's immediately yes. They're definitely doing it.
But be honest. I mean, if
it's just like, man, I just wonder, like, you know, when you put all this vein stuff
you
on,
could just say
like,
you shaved.
Like, where are you? Like, you know, you just face glue and all that.
No,
it's just a lot. It's like
that stuff kind of got to be.
Does seem kind of hot.
Just like what seems hot to me when they have those wigs on, they have the other hair packed down.
Seems hot.
I can barely even wear my bucket hat in here
with your locks.
You know what I'm saying? With my locks.
I don't know how y'all do it.
I don't know how you do it with all that extra hair.
But that's what I'm saying. If you're gonna commit to that, I'm all for it. I say immediately yes. If you're committing to this and you're committing to that
immediately yes.
To put it on or to get it and you want to change, because it's not easy to like change different colors or different, you know, like lengths and stuff like that with your real hair. So it does allow you to, just like fashion, be able to express your fashion sense and who you are. And that's how we express ourselves with clothes and wigs and stuff like that.
Jamie Foxx has been seen out
on a boat or something.
And also helped a lady with a bag in Chicago today. She lost her bag. Jamie picked the bag up. She was on the ride and he gave it to the lady. So Jamie Foxx is moving and grooving in the background. Here's my question. Is he cloned?
They cloned Jamie Foxx.
Did they clone Jamie Foxx?
I don't know. They cloned Tyrone, though.
And it's coming out July 21st. And we do have the director, Juel Taylor, joining us.
They cloned Tyrone, and Jamie Foxx starred in They Cloned Tyrone.
Yes.
And then he was mysteriously gone, and then he's back.
And all of a sudden he's back.
They cloned him, man.
I'm just saying.
They cloned Gucci, man. They cloned
I think they cloned Kanye.
What, the new Gucci man with like the nice teeth and everything?
Yeah, well, they
That's
cloned
like a new one?
They cloned him when he first got out, but this might be like the third clone.
What?
I'm just saying, like, I think they may have cloned Jamie Foxx.
Yeah.
I want to put that out there.
Okay, well, I want to see They Cloned Tyrone, July 21st.
And I'm in it, guys, immediately. It's immediately, yes. I got a role in it, man. So I'm excited about that.
Good.
All right, so let's cut out. So
let's come out of
that
Juel.
one. Juel's and come into Eric.
Pause.
Oh my God, pause. Super pause. What? Jeez Louises, man. Extraordinary, believably paused. Immediately, repeatedly paused. Expeditiously paused.
Immediately. All right.
All right, here we go. Come on, man. That was real. That pause right there was Paul Worthington Sr.
Meechy Rule, is that you?
Meechy!
I think I'm Big Meech.
Meechy!
Shout out to Michiru.
Michiru.
If you know, you know.
If you know, you know.
Shout out to the Goldmans.
The Michiru. Michiru.
They're on the way.
Michi is on the way. Fresh. The Michi. They've got the Meech.
Immediately Kinfolk.
I am so glad we had this time to be able to hang. You dig what I'm saying? Immediately Kinfolk Podcast, one hard ass podcast. We come to y'all every week. You dig? I really enjoyed the show we had this week, man.
Yeah, good vibes. We brought a lot of legendary commentary out today.
We did. We had some real players in the Zoom room. In the Zoom room, we went down.
Immediately, yes.
Shout out to Juel Taylor. Shout out to Eric B. Robinson Jr. They Cloned Tyrone, streaming right now on Netflix. Go watch it. Go stream it because, hey, my family, we eat when you do that. Thank you very much.
Immediately, yes.
Definitely go do that.
Shout
I appreciate
out to that boy, Drumma Boy.
Drumma Boy, young legend, man. He's been killing it for a long time. Been putting on for the city. You dig what I'm saying? So we appreciate you, Drum. Respect and roses to you as well. And next week we have
Beats on Big Dude.
We have Big Dude. Why he's moving like that? Because it's that Big Dude. This dude here, man. Bitch, I'm Big Dude.
Bitch on Big Dude.
Big Boogie, CMG artist who's about to go on tour
my dog right
with
there.
the Larger Than Life tour with Moneybag Yo. They about to hit a city near you. So we talked to him and had some legendary commentary that's coming to y'all next week. Okay, so please check us out on World Star when we premiere it. All right, and subscribe to our vibe at immediatelykinfolk.com. All right, shout out to Queen Folk, shout out to Dirty Fresh, and shout out to you for watching us. All right, y'all be blessed like y'all be blessed, and we're gonna let them suckers have all the rest. It has been the Immediately Kinfolk Podcast, one hard ass podcast. You dig me.
Immediately Kinfolk.
Peace, y'all.
Immediately, I walk up in the room, these hoes choose on me repeatedly.